Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'd like to start off by saying, yeah, I know it's been a while since the last video. When I say a while, like about a week. But I actually went to an anime convention. The very first one that I went to in, 22, 23 years. Yeah, I had a great time, met some amazing people, made some really great memories. So that's why there hasn't really been one, and then stuff just going on with family. So yeah, so I just haven't been able to record a video until now. So I just want to start off by apologizing for that. People just wondering where are the videos. I'm not saying that you were, but I'm just saying if you were, I would just like to apologize for that. Now, then moving on, I'd like to just thank you to all of you, the subscribers, both new and old, anyone who has ever watched is watching these videos. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you all very much for every single view, every single subscriber. I can't thank you enough and express what it all means to me, especially all the comments of encouragement, just letting me know that I'm doing a good job, keep everything up, and it raises my spirits up. Like, it doesn't matter how, whatever else it is that's going on in my day, kind of just be able to look and get those little tidbits of encouragement. Just, yes, thank you so very much for all of that. And to all of you, this whole channel and everything is all because of you. Just want to get that out there. I know a lot of people probably take their subscribers, viewers, and everything. I'm not saying all of them do, but I'm saying some might take them for granted. And I am not one of those people. I do not take any one of you for granted. And I just thank each and every single one of you. I would thank you all by name if I had your names, although there'd be a kind of a long list almost at this point. But neither here nor there. So this, I'm just going to go ahead and get right into this video. So I've talked about the previous kind of videos talking about for the buy now before rare, and I had suggested about maybe if people wanted to suggest games that I could try out, whether I could talk about them, whether I've played them or not, whether they might be in the collection or not, or maybe if it's even something that I might just to add to the collection. So I've had a few responses, not many, but these are just the few responses that I've actually gotten. So I actually did have to pick up four of these. The last one I actually had, although what was suggested wasn't this, but we'll get to that. So first one we have Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series. So this here is a very much, I did not play the originals. I'm just going to throw that on out there. But it's a classic 3D side-scrolling platformer game, much like I'm brain farting right now. Crash Bandicoot. There we go. It's much like in those if you grew up playing those kinds of games. So and it's like that. And so this is a remaster of the first two games, and this was actually released. It even says so on right here in the top corner. I know people probably can't see that, and it's very hard for me to get that into the camera with my camera, anyways. But it was the 25th anniversary of the series, and this actually just has upgraded graphics, a 60 frames per second performance boost, so you don't have to worry about it lagging or anything. Has adjustable difficulty, so if you're finding normal mode kind of hard, well, maybe you can go easier. Or even if you want more of a challenge, put it on hard. And I think the best feature of this is the fact that it has a two-player co-op mode, so that just allows me to be able to play that with the family. It makes games a little bit more justifiable for buying them because it's not just me playing them, others can enjoy them too. So, the very next game that we actually have on here is we have Signalis. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. I am not a horror game fan, really. I think about the closest thing that I have, not back here, but that I've played was like the House of the Dead back in the arcades. I don't know how many how many quarters I sank into playing those and beating those. I mean, those were fun to me. But I know this isn't it. This is a sci-fi survival horror game, and it's got a just from watching and looking at some of the pictures and the gameplay, the aesthetic for like the art style is a very retro style, very reminiscent of like early kind of PlayStation 1 game days. And so you read this and you play as Elster as she searches for her lost partner in a desolate facility. And you're going to be encountering puzzles, monsters, and just with the limited resources that you have, you're just to try and survive. And since it was suggested by y'all, I will try to give this, especially given that we are in the spooky season officially, since today is October 1st. So it's that time of the year. So I will give it a shot. And just to see how much I like it. That doesn't mean I'll play it all the way to completion. I might get a couple of hours into it and just determine that it's not for me, but I'm going to try to give it a fair shot. So, going to say that out there. And for the people that actually suggested these games, I wish that when I wrote them down to try to get them and everything, I wish I'd written down y'all's names. I apologize for that. In the future, going forward, games that are suggested for me to do this, if this actually becomes a series and becomes something, I promise I will write down your names for the people who suggested this. So I said, this game was suggested by so-and-so. So just a heads up for that, for in the future. So the very next one that we have, I played like just a couple of minutes of this, really, just to see kind of what it was, because it looked like something very interesting to me that I might like. We have It'll Do 2 Plus, and this is an action adventure game, and this was you can tell this was very heavily inspired by like classic games in the Legend of Zelda series, like Link to the Past, Oracle of Seasons and Ages, maybe the very first Link's Awakening. Obviously, not the one that was remade on the for the Switch, but it has its own unique art style in it that's just very quirky, and it was just looked funny, and just the gameplay and everything that it has in there. Just I don't know, it looked very thing, so I just popped in for a couple of minutes, and so I'm actually really looking forward to being able to play some more of this. And yeah, I don't know what else to tell y'all. Then it just was really good and really fun for a little bit that I played. So yeah, the next one was suggested by a friend. I actually can say this person's name because I know him in real life, so I know which name he is. So this was by Acro Priest, and this game here we have Crystar. This is an action RPG. He talked it up really good, and I actually went online. I looked at some of the images, the gameplay for it. This was actually, I mean, it says it on the thing because I didn't even know about this. Released by NIS America, and I've played a few of their RPGs, and I actually really liked them. So I'm hoping this will continue on with the trend. And so you play as a high school girl named Ray, and you're trying to fight through purgatory to save your sister's soul. So the theme there for it seems kind of not like what I'm used to. As far as most of your RPGs, they're usually like, okay, we're in need to fight this. We start off as like this young hero guy, run through and do some side quests and everything. I mean, most of them progress this almost the same, but with just different. They just change them up a little bit. But the art style and everything for this just makes it look really interesting, and it's the art style was very intriguing and kind of gave me like magical girl vibes. Like if you grew up in like the Sailor Moon days and those that kind of era, Card Captor Sakura. People probably are thinking I'm just really old and have no idea what I'm talking about, but everything that I was looking out for this, and the colorations for the different world, for the environment that you're in, that we're playing, I'm actually really looking forward to being able to play this eventually. Like I said, if anyone who's an RPG fan knows, if you play RPGs, you have a backlog, and that backlog just keeps getting bigger. So at least mine does. And then the very last game we have was suggested for Unicorn Overlord. Obviously, and this is the collector's edition. It was not suggested for the collector's edition, but just the game itself. And while I do have the collector's edition, I have not played it yet. It is like so many more RPGs on my backlog. And I hope to be able to get to this. Hope is being the operative word here. Because I mean, this is a tactical RPG, and I didn't play through them, but my wife did for the Fire Emblem games, and she really seemed to enjoy them. And this is actually was produced by Vanillaware. And if anyone's played any of the Vanillaware games, the art style and the aesthetics that they have for their character creation, the environments, and it's all just visually stunning, very well done. And from the gameplay and reviews for this, I I don't know what to say other than I just really think that I will like this again when I get to it. And so yeah, I don't know what else to tell y'all. I mean, these games were all suggested by you, and if you want to keep sending me some more, I will try my best to look into them. If it's especially if it's something affordable, like all of these. I mean, obviously, I had Unicorn Overlord. I think this was the most expensive one. I got this for almost 50, but all of these other games, I actually got them for. Um, I actually got them for like under $40 for each of these. So again, it wasn't bad. I mean, most typical Switch prices are you're looking around $60. So I think if you can get them for under 40, it's not that bad of a deal. I mean, closer to 30 probably is like the range we're trying to get them. I mean, if you can get them for lower than that, then hey, that's great on you. But that's getting into a completely other vehicle, or not a vehicle, video. Yes, a video. But I hope you all like this video. Keep suggesting some for me to check out. I don't know if I'll get to do around to doing reviews for this game, but I will eventually get around to hopefully playing all of these. So I hope you like this video again, and I will see you all next time.